Set your watch. I have just 2 hours to make as much money as possible. I got a haircut appointment, that's it. But it's scheduled for 2 hours, so we're gonna drive today. Food delivery apps, trying to make bank. Hopefully, it looks a little slow. We'll see here in Pittsburgh. Wish me luck. By the way, let me know down below in the comments, how have your shifts been? DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, someone stopping in the middle of the road. It's all right. Let me know, folks. I appreciate you being here. The timer is ticking. I got a question for you that I have encountered plenty of times over the years since I've done food delivery. If it is dead, you're getting $2, $3, $4, maybe $5 orders. The distance doesn't make sense as well. What do you do? Do you A, just take them just so you can make something? And I mean, your margins are going to be awful, but at least you're cash flowing, you're making something. Do you keep waiting for something that does hit your thresholds for your dollars to mile ratio? Do you just go home? Because I guarantee this is going to happen, that it's going to be dead slow. So that's kind of what it's like today. Not really surprised, but I finally got this one from Grubhub. Something that makes sense. Something that makes sense for me to like move. So what do you, I'm really curious, what do you do in those scenarios? I mean, you can toggle to different apps and niches to see like, well, you know, that's what I did. Food delivery's dead. Is there something on Roadie? Is there something on Shipt, on Instacart? If you're close enough to a Walmart, like Walmart Spark, right? So anyway, this one from Grubhub was $7.95, 2.1 miles. I mean, this one makes sense, so let's take our first order. Well, that is done, and I'm in the, I know you can't see it, I'll show you here. I'm in the middle of like, you know, a fine zone, a busy enough zone, but it is it's Wednesday. I mean, it's kind of at the start of dinner rush anyway, 4:15 p.m. It's just dead. You'll have this. So again, what do you do? I guess this is gonna be the theme of this video. Not trying to squeeze in the 2 hours that I had, but if you only have 2 hours, how do you maximize that time if it's slow? Because again, I guarantee it's gonna happen. What you can do, folks, I haven't done this on my phone, but you can do this, is do some surveys while you're just sitting here. User testing and Respondent, those are two platforms that are legit. They pay you enough to make it actually worth it. So you could do that, because I mean, I'm leafing through social media. You might as well make some money. And obviously I'm every like 5 minutes or so circling back through my apps. Like for instance, let's see, Shipt. I'm looking for the promos tab screen. That's the only thing I'm looking for, the promos, the promo orders tab here, to see if any of those are worth it, because the pay, it's really not worth it regardless. It's the same as like any other app, just base pay, right? So, I mean, Target owns Shipt, so these are gonna be from Target and, you know, other stores as well. Nothing, I mean, I'm not close to anything really. So let's try Roadie again. No, I have been seeing, let me see if I can, again, I don't know why. See those circles? See those circles on the Roadie app indicate delivery opportunities. And it says 3 opportunities right in the center of the city, which is good, but I've not been happy with what they actually entail. So they're prescription deliveries. Again, dollars to mile ratio, how much time is it gonna take for the miles driven? Now here's one, yeah. Okay, if you had 2 hours, so here's kind of an option that would work. So check this one out here. So 11 deliveries, but it doesn't really matter. It just matters insofar, like when you hear that amount of deliveries, that only really matters insofar as like, how much of a pain is it gonna be? Like, I gotta do 11 stops, right? But you're gonna do that on Amazon Flex. You're gonna do that if you have stacked orders. So 11 deliveries, $76 for 54 miles. So what is the dollars to mile ratio on that? 76 divided by 54. So it's $1.41 a mile. That's not ideal, but depending on how much, you know, you need to make that day, because some people are going to be more flexible than others. So there, and it says 2 hours for this run, 1 hour and 54 minutes. So it's not going to be the most fun, but it's literally just prescription drop-offs. Seems pretty easy. Dollars to mile, again, it's meh. It's all right, because all the other ones, it's an even worse, it's an even worse dollars to mile ratio. So that's why I'm always combing over other apps, because again, depending on, like, if you can't afford to wait, like I can't afford just to wait here and chill, man. Darn it, I think we just missed a Grubhub order, darn. But if you can't afford to wait, then you need to be active on all of these apps to see which one can actually make you money more than just like sitting around waiting for something on food delivery. Let's review what this turned into, like, not how much money can I make in like a blitz of 2 hours, but a learning opportunity for us of what do you do if it's dead slow. To review, number one, you can just cash flow. So you're gonna take a hit on the margin, you're gonna have a pretty bad dollars to mile ratio, but at least you're cash flowing, at least you're bringing in some money. This could be good if, you know, you need the money. I've been there. If you need the money for whatever reason, that's where to cash flow. And then just kind of deal with increased wear and tear in the vehicle later on. And you can write off those miles, of course, you know, any business miles. Number two, we're always, I mean, really always, if it's busy or not, always going through different apps and or niches. If it's dead, you better be doing this. And folks, listen, drop a like on this video. I appreciate you being here. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, but you need to get activated like now. Sign up now. It is free. It doesn't cost you anything. And you know, my brother, Matt, when I was pushing for him to sign up for DoorDash, and I think Uber Eats was his thing. And it took him a little bit longer to finally sign up. It's free. Just sign up now so you can go through the quick background process. And it doesn't mean you have to drive on it, but you have it in your back seat. Number three, knowing when to like fold, basically. Let me check again right now. So now it is 5:08 p.m. I've made like no money. It's been awful today. And you'll have that. So this is going into my memory bank of, all right, why might it be slow? You answer that question right now as well. Why is it slow on a Monday? Why is it slow on a Wednesday? I feel like Wednesdays to Sundays should be pretty decent, especially Thursdays through Sunday. But like, why is it dead right now? Okay, you got to answer that question. And then also, again, going into my memory bank of like, look, it's like still a minimal surge. It's been like this the whole shift, like not much going on. So you can just call it a day. I would wait a maximum of like 45 minutes, to be frank. With 45 minutes, if it's like giving you no signs of something that's decent, like at least $1.50 per mile, then, you know, turn in and then look at other stuff to make you money. Work on the business, work on the social media presence if you're building that. Work on whatever, sign up for those apps, do some surveys. You know, if you only have an hour or two, because a lot of us, you only have an hour or two. Let me know down below, in fact, how many hours do you have per week to dedicate to a side hustle? Let us know. I am very curious. How many hours a week do you have to dedicate to a side hustle? Because I guarantee you got other things going on, right? So those are our three takeaways. The overall premise here that I want you to understand is we're always trying to build out different revenue streams. I mean, folks, I mean, I've seen it, the people who are dead set and insistent on like, I just do this. I just do this one thing. And maybe that one thing was like rideshare, let's say, right? I just do Uber and Lyft. Well, the pandemic comes 2020. I mean, you better pivot, because like no one's allowed on the road. Those that were allowed on the road, essential workers, yes, rideshare drivers, but at a time when people just didn't want to be close to each other, you gotta pivot. Food delivery, caught on fire. So I don't want you to be left behind when there's constantly pivots and changes that are happening in this gig economy. That's what we do here. That's what we talk about here, folks. It's my job to help you make money in different side hustles. I'll keep it real with you. They're not all gonna be home runs, man. They're not all gonna be like bank $30+ an hour shifts. And that is the real world of it. That's not sugarcoating it. So drop a like if you appreciate that. Folks, we're getting our haircut. Let's get our fresh cut. And we got storms coming in later this evening in Pittsburgh. So hopefully you're having a good day, a good week whenever you're watching this video. Drop a like, consider subscribing. You can click or tap the screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.